connected to Swift, part of UDC's Billionaire Blueprint, Alan Howard, okay? The British billionaire, Alan Howard, okay? Some very interesting connections. A coin we haven't mentioned much before. We'll also be talking about that's in his portfolio. I think it's going to have a very, very, very nice bullish 2025. And LCX price prediction I found, okay? It's not my prediction, I'm not a financial advisor, but we're going to get into it today. And as always, before we get started, cue my guy, 5 times and more winner, podcast host of The Third Eye, Indigo Saint. Let's get it, y'all. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on a black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
What is going on, guys? What is up, Crypto Warriors? What is up, Black Roo Crew? Coming at you late on a Thursday. I think for you guys on the East Coast, it might even be Friday right now because it's past midnight. Hey, let's get it, right? We haven't been live on the show. There go my guy, Underdog Research Channel in the building. What is going on? Joining us from Hawaii. That's awesome. Amazing. One of those places I want to visit one of these days. Very, very cool, guys. So I haven't been live with you guys for a while, but I still been in these crypto streets, if you know what I mean. We went live with Crypto Future last Thursday, and we went live with Maximus this last Sunday, okay? So definitely go over to Crypto Futures channel. Definitely go over to Maximus Crypto's channel. And when our guy Underdog has time, we're going to do a crypto offline. So can't wait for that. So a lot of collaborations. Also had a collaboration with Andrew Saunders of keep saying Sanders because I'm from Detroit, y'all. Barry Sanders, but it's Saunders of Scale, and I really, really love that interview. I know it's not technically Swift related, but it is Swift related because it's in the portfolio of Boost VC, which is Tim Draper's son's portfolio. So it's also in Consensus's portfolio. Yes, that's right. The people who make Ethereum, Consensus funds Scale. So you really, really, really want to check out that interview. Let me actually just let me share the screen here. Because he said some things, and maybe I'll review my own video here, because he said some things that I thought were really great. And we're kind of going a little off the script a little bit right here, guys, since it's been so long since I've been here with guys. But Andrew Saunders said some things that were, despite the fact that he was hired, he's a former NBC guy, former Amazon guy, former Arbitrum guy. To me, his hiring over there at Scale, which is relatively new, he's only been there for maybe a little less than a year, tells me that these guys probably think that regulation clarity for crypto is coming, okay? So they got him in there early. Scale is all about gaming. Scale is really fast. To me, I think this signals that we get a lot more clarity, okay? It's a smaller kind of move it's a big move for Scale, but in the crypto world of things, it's a small move, but to me it's big because I think that symbolizes maybe we get clarity pretty soon here. We also had the XRP case end kind of officially, and the SEC said they're not going to challenge it. So we are heading really towards regulational clarity in the U.S. So this election is really going to be huge. Even both sides seem to say that they're supporting crypto, which is highly unusual. Usually, one side or the other picks a side, on their views, but both sides are actually positive to crypto this time. So it's very interesting, very interesting to me. It makes me think we're going to have a big 2025, y'all. It makes me believe that we're going to have really big 2025. And you guys kind of know my views on politics, but if I'm just gonna believe everything kind of the way it is, it really signals a big year for crypto for me. Okay. Oh, $50 super chat by my guy URC out here. Thank you so much, Underdog Research Channel. Let's start this chat off right with the super chat to support the education, work, and efforts put forward by the Crypto Root podcast. If you support the channel, send a super chat while live or a super thanks. If the stream is over, let's go. And you know what? I got to get my Cash Up on here too. Thank you guys so much. And we got Maximus Crypto in the house too. Like all both the bros are in the house here. And our guy E, who's moderator of our chat. Appreciate it. We got the real ones in the house. Phantom Beast in the house, of course, too. Here we go. I appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. I know it's late in the day wherever you guys are in the world, and you could be anywhere, but you're here. So I definitely appreciate it, guys. Let's go. So yeah, let's get into this information a bit here. I know we went a little bit impromptu, excuse me. But I think all that information was highly relevant. But yeah, and we're also going to get into today LCX, have a price prediction for those guys. The price prediction is also going to show us something about 2025. And, I really think that 2025 is going to be a boom year for crypto. But then after 25, I think we do hit a bear cycle. More on that later. Okay, so let's kind of get into this, right? And again, we're going to highlight Underdog Research Channel's research here. Billionaire Blueprint complete. If you haven't seen it, you really need to check it out. So this is highlighting a company called Shima Capital. If you've been paying attention to Underdog Research Channel's research, some of my research, some of Shook Focus's research, you guys will know this name, Shima Capital, but it is a VC firm and it's connected to these guys. Tim Draper is connected to others, which we're going to read. This is from Underdog Research's complete Billionaire Blueprint channel or plan or show. So definitely go watch this. Let's read it here. I'm going to make it full screen so it may be bigger for you to read. And if you're in your car listening, I'm going to read it out now. For Shima Capital, which began investing in crypto early in 2021, deal flow and fundraising have come easy. It has backed close to 200 startups. More on that later. Consistently ranking among the sector's most active venture funds, and just last August announced a raise of $200 million for its debut fund, with backers including billionaires Bill Ackman, Alan Howard, which we're going to talk about today, former presidential candidate Andrew Yang, and industry heavyweights such as Animoca Brands and Dragonfly Capital. And as you can see here, Underdog Research Channel put the pictures of the gentlemen mentioned here. We got Bill Ackman here, of I think it's Pershing Square. His VC firm is called. Uh, Alan Howard, which we're going to talk about. Andrew Yang, Yatsu, CEO of Animoca Brands, and I think this guy's name is Johannes Roetz. Okay, another billionaire, Australian billionaire here. So we're getting the whole globe covered here, right? So here we go. Now let's look in Alan Howard's. Like, this blew me away when I looked at his portfolio and saw this dude's at like 3,500%, like retail ROI, just killing it, killing it. So if we come down here, we see some ones that we've talked about before, Near Protocol. And if you were to bring out Near here and you look at all the funding that Near has received, like when we're saying we're following the money with these, like we're really following the money with these, bro. Like, so look in Near. $533 million for this cryptocurrency. And like all these freaking investors, right? Andreessen Horowitz, Dragonfly Capital, Johannes Roetz there, Coinbase Ventures, Tim Draper, Pantera, Jan McCaleb, list goes on, Tiger Global, who we've seen connected to those guys a lot. Alan Howard, of course, that we just mentioned. If we go down here, see if we see any other. Andrew Keys, I think I've heard of him before. I think he's like a consensus guy, actually, or former consensus guy. So another consensus connection there. Multi-chain capital, Circle, of course, Circle, USDC. So that's Near. That's an Alan Howard one. Mina, which I think we're going to talk about more here. Polygon, which we're also going to talk about just a little bit today. So you can see here some great things in his portfolio, including copper. Okay. Check out Maximus Crypto. He was talking about Hedera, and I think he mentioned copper, and he went into some history there. Definitely check out Max's channel for his latest Hedera video. He's going to go a little bit deeper too on copper. So if you want to know a little bit more about it, but interestingly enough, when I pulled up copper and I saw that this is again institutional in investing. So again, the whole notion of crypto from like 2017, where, oh, this is just funny money for computer guys, just, mining in their college dorm rooms. It's gone from that to actual institutional investors, VC firms, and institutions hoarding it and saving it. And what's better than like having and counting? Because you notice the thumbnail I have there is an Alan Howard like guy counting money. You know what's better than counting money? Well, making money. And they're making all of these protocols Near and whatnot. Like they're literally creating money here. So that goes into some other stuff, but that's that's for a different channel on a different day for us. But you see here, we have a British lord as chairman. I mean, gotta love that, right? Couple other guys here. I don't know any of these people. None of them stick out to me as of now, but they may be names to keep in mind in the future. Jim Turley, Dmitry, let's say Tokarev, and Sam Go. And I thought, okay, all executive team. Here they got a Swiss team because, of course, Switzerland is where all the banks are. It makes sense for them to have a Swiss team or for this to be located in a Swiss area, again, because that's where all the banks are. So, again, this kind of lets you know this is a very, very long-term thing for cryptocurrency. If you got something located in Switzerland, it's just going to be, it's probably going to be more permanent, And then it says trusted and backed by the best. You can see here Target Global, Barclays, this MMC Ventures, and this kind of almost looks like a Aquarius symbol here. So, ages of Aquarius and all of that. Globe Local, and then in the headlines, Bloomberg, NASDAQ, Forbes, etc. Global partnerships include this GBBC, looks official. I can't see the rest of that, but you see here Swiss Blockchain Federation, and that symbol there, which looks like a certain kind of cross, but as you can note there, of course, colors of the Swiss flag, red and white, which is also the colors of a Templar flag, if you will, which, if you know anything about the history of money, the Templars created money, and that's another longer conversation for us, right? And as always, guys, definitely put your comments in the chat here. Oh, thank you so much, Max, for reposting and sharing the live. Really appreciate it, brother. And let me read this. Max got me laughing over here, bro. And Klaus Schwab voice. Anderson Horowitz. Was that good? My impressions are not nearly as good as Maximus's, but definitely check out his channel, bro. Copper is big, but I think the IIF, the Institute of International France, is even bigger for Hedera and HBAR, which Max gets into in his show. Definitely go over there and watch that. They provided debt relief to Mexico in the 80s. Literally, history is repeating itself. And guys, we went into that a little bit too. If we get kind of like a little off the subject here, and we get into the bank of, well, definitely go over and check this show out, because I did an entire show about kind of crypto history with the Drapers, and just international history, banking history with the Drapers. It gets into a freeway that they made in the 80s, like a whole supply chain that goes from southern US all the way up into Alaska, all the way down through Mexico, all the way down through Argentina, like a literal North American supply chain. So, and part of this they did in the 80s. Okay. So, and further back. So definitely check this out. It's Swift blockchain, the Drapers, 3 generations of international banking, business, and policy. Okay. And, we also went over this a little bit on Crypto Futures channel and Maximus's channel as well. So definitely go check it out on my channel or wherever, or on their channels. So yeah. Let's go back over here to this copper. One thing that I saw here that was pretty intriguing to me was copper for ETP providers. And I can't remember what show, but we went over a whole bunch of ETFs and ETPs. So like, how everybody's talking about there might be an XRP ETF now that everything is clarified. Well, in other countries like Switzerland and in France island called Jersey, and also in Germany, there are already ETFs and ETPs that contain XRP. Okay, so It's pretty interesting if we went over here and remember this is kind of British, right? But also Swiss, right? Too. So that's probably where that comes in. But here you see 21 shares, right? So safeguarding our digital assets. So it seems like Copper is the one doing the institutional custody for these ETFs and ETPs for this British or Swiss side. Seems like these are the guys holding the funds. Safeguarding our digital assets in Copper's award-winning custody architecture provides us with the best security available on a market. With this foundation in place, we can build more secure ETPs for our clients. And then here we have Alan Howard himself, co-founder of Brevin Howard VC firm, which we're going to get into later. Brevin Howard Digital, Copper's pioneering technology, particularly in the security and speed of cryptocurrency transactions, is essential for the traditional world to offer crypto products to their clients. This, coupled with the industry-leading customer support positions them as a dominant player for digital asset infrastructure. So if you guys just like, I don't know that people understand when we're showing when we're showing them things like Copper and things that are doing institutionalized custody of stuff. This is literally like how the DTCC does institutional custody for our stock certificates. So this is literally crypto going like way more than mainstream, like to literally being like a currency or something that's controlled by those powers that be, like literally. Right. And then most people are still like skittish and they don't know about crypto. Like it's crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about. I was recently doing something for my sister, some program she was doing, and I spoke to some people, and they're a little older, right? But they just like crypto scared the bejesus out of them, right? And I hope no one takes that as blasphemy because that's not what I'm trying to do. Just to turn. So it really scared the wits out of them, right? And when I started just showing them things like XLR, right? And how XLR is backed by JP Morgan, who, says they don't like Bitcoin, but they like blockchain, and they're doing this dichotomous like type of speaking. They were like, wow, they were really blown away that, you got things like XLR and others, Hedera, where it's like Fortune 500 companies that are actually backed behind these things, excuse me, and partner with them. So, but yeah, Injective Copper provides an unmatched institutional grade product with respects to management and digital assets. We are delighted to be working with them as they continue to pave the way towards real institutional adoption within the blockchain sector as a whole. So crazy to think of, but here we are with the 21 shares. Excuse me. Goes back over here to Adam Draper and Boost VC. In their portfolio is 21 share stuff. As you can see, first one right there, the world's first listed crypto index fund in Switzerland. So, goes back to Switzerland, of course. And here they're showing the ARK Invest Ethereum ETF. And of course, they had the ARK Invest Bitcoin ETF as well. So Boost VC backs these guys. Oh, Max like my impression. I don't think I can pull it all twice, though, bro. I don't think I can pull it all twice. But yeah, so very interesting there. Just like Alan Howard being behind Copper, and Copper having a British lord sitting on the board there, and these guys doing custody of Swiss Swiss ETPs. So essentially, they can almost be like a Coinbase, but even a little bit more, right? But definitely too, check out what Max was saying here about IIF. Where are we here? The IIF on his channel here. I watched this episode where he was talking about the IIF and Hedera, and it was a wonderful episode. So yeah. So now moving on from copper, let's kind of go back to Metapath, right? So again, Underdog Research Channel here is telling you here about Metapath and or about Shima Capital. And Shima Capital, so these guys, Ackman, Howard, Andrew Yang, and Dragonfly Capital, and others are invested in Shima Capital. Now, if we look at Shima Capital, now they did, I'm pretty sure they used to have the investors of Shima Capital on this site. I think they took it down. But if you go to Shima Capital's portfolio in here, you do not see that they're invested in Metapath. But if you go to Shima Capital's actual website, and I don't know what this type of symbol is that they got there. It looks really yeah, that I'm not sure what that is a symbol of. But let's go look at their investments here. And you'll see they have it listed under DeFi. Metapath right here, right? You can see the logo. It's the leading and most efficient decentralized finance platform in the universe, popularly referred to as the infrastructure of the metaverse. Metapath is a pioneer and first cross-metaverse, cross-GameFi, cross-chain, and multi-platform next-level aggregator that connects metaverse and NFT marketplaces, public blockchain, and etc. So again, this kind of gets us over into what Scale is talking about with gaming and stuff like that. But it's bigger than that because it's anything that can be tokenized can go cross-chain. So it's really, really something. And I think this is why they're not advertising this. They're like not advertising this. And I think it's on purpose. Even though, right, their Twitter does kind of stay like active. And you can find it on, Shima Capital's thing, but you got to go actively know what you're talking about and look for and find this. I think it's intentional that they're not marketing this, right? Whereas something like Scale, they're intentionally trying to market it, right? So another thing I found with Metapath is this Arcanum Capital. Okay, they also have their portfolio on here, which is smaller portfolio. You can look here. Oh God, maybe click on that thing. So you can see here on that page, there's no Metapath. If you come over here to the second page, no Metapath, but you got to go to their website. And one notable advisor on this team, by the way, is a co-founder of Polygon, Sandeep Nilwal. I think that's how you say that, Nilwal. If you come over here and look at their portfolio, you do see some Tim Draper crossover with Babylon. That's that's quite a name for something there. DeFi, Babylon. There's a whole bunch of wormholes you can dive into there, but you can see notable co-investors, Polychain Capital, which we've brought back to Draper, and Paradigm. come down here and we see Duet Protocol. This is something that I talked to my patrons about. This was on a Patreon list. It's just sitting there dormant. So whenever, like, I think you can buy this on Bitmart, but whenever they start to get this going, it's gonna go, I think. So Draper Dragon invested there. Arcana Digital Currency Group, DCG. If we go down here, Rainmaker, Jump Capital, MXC, Gate. If we go down here, we see Metapath. And they don't say anything about it other than NFT, but it's on their site. But if you go search CryptoRank.com, it is not listed. So that's just very interesting, I think. Very interesting. Some of the other stuff they got. Puffer Finance. I know that was like big. Ethereum, Franklin Templeton. Like some of the just consensus, some of the same guys. Coinbase Ventures keep coming up and coming up and coming up. Like we're seriously on the trail of the money here, right? Now, let's look at Brevin Howard list. Their portfolio. Mina again. Their list is not too big. Republic Note. I'm not sure what that is. I know what Republic is, but I don't know what Republic Note is. But one thing I think is very notable on this list is Wormhole. Okay. Wormhole, as far as like being interoperable, right? Wormhole, and if you know about what a wormhole is and the symbol of a wormhole, I think those are sacred symbols. That whole wormhole, like their logo, I think that's like a sacred symbol, sacred geometry, if you will. So I think they're saying more than one thing on more than one level when they're calling this wormhole. But again, that's another subject. But I just want you guys to be aware of what it looks like. Yeah, see? But the reason I bring up Wormhole and the interoperability is if we look at funds and backers, raised 225, adds up to 9. Money here, Coinbase Ventures, again, Multicoin Capital, again, Jump Trading. We see those guys a lot and stuff. And Brevin Howard, there we go. If we come over here and look at it, leading interoperability platform that empowers development and growth access across blockchains. Wormhole provides developers with access to liquidity for over 20 of the leading blockchains. So a big interoperability play. Brevin Howard connected, Tim Draper connected with the Coinbase Ventures there, right? So big dudes involved in this, right? So let's look at some comments here before we go into the LCX coverage to end the day. Let's get it. Rue from E, rocking with Black Girl Investing all the way across the sea in Hawaii. Love it, bro. Have to get with you to see how you like it out there. It's one of the places I've always wanted to visit. A couple of my friends went to Hawaii. Like you went, and my friend Brunswick, he went. I think it was like either earlier this year or last year. Maximus in the house and Phantom Beat in the house here. Hey from Phantom Beat, and then Hey E, hi underdog, smash that like for brother Rue Black. Appreciate you, bro. Off subject, 1 bar of gold worth $1 million now. Inflation is going to do what it do. Very good point there, E. And think about this, right? Bitcoin is digital gold. Like, think about the depth of what that means. That Larry Fink says that, right? And he's not the first person to say it, right? Bitcoiners have been saying this for a while. This has been in the Bitcoin space for a while. But digital gold, right? Only going to be 21 million of those, right? And if you look at all these companies like a Clean Spark, like a Coors, right? Like all these big institutional companies now coming in mining Bitcoin, so the little guy can't really do it anymore. This is going to be like a controllable gold for them, right? Because you can go and mine gold, and depending on who you believe, as far as like the philosopher's stone goes, you may even be able to create it, but that's another story. And depending on who you believe, it may be some in asteroids, right? Depending on who you believe there. So golds is not controllable like a digital gold, a Bitcoin is, right? So the writing is so on the wall for Bitcoin to be a gold, something that backs currency, something that is a reserve currency. And I've shown this like many of times, right? As far as like, sorry about that. As far as like gematria goes, and I really believe in this, and I know people think it's hogwash, but if you're a coder, if you're a programmer like me, you know about ASCII code, and you know that the compiler, when the compiler compiles down code, it compiles it down to zeros and ones, right? So already in our world, we can see numbers being related to something that's functional and something that means something. The compiler understands those zeros and ones. ASCII code breaks down letters and numbers into breaks down letters into numbers, which the computer can also understand. So numbers to letters is a thing, and this is nothing like you know like demonic or anything like that. This is just understanding that numbers, they make up, they're very important in our world. They just really are very important in our world. Okay, so let's put this in here. I've shown you guys this a couple different times. XAU, XBT, XDR. What are those numbers that I just put in here? Don't need to know what ciphers mean to understand that these numbers match, right? These four things just happen to be different gematria ciphers. No need to understand what a cipher is, but all you need to really know is that these numbers match. And the 19 matches because 19 is 1 plus 9 equals 10. And of course, you see that that's a 10 there, right? So what are these things that I'm showing you? Let me see if they still have this on Kraken or not. They might have taken it down. So Bitcoin already has an IMF designation. Here it is, right here. They have it, and this is from Kraken. So as of April 26, 2021, Kraken changed its to using BTC for most purposes to XBT. XBT is still used for API futures, API is still used for API, futures API, and logs. Okay, being that Bitcoin is decentralized, there's no standard nor governing body to dictate what notation should be used for it. And they say that this abbreviation XBT comes from the ISO, the International Standards Organization, from the ISO standards. So Bitcoin already has an ISO standard designation, which is XBT. Another abbreviation, one for gold, is XAU. So ISO standard abbreviation for Bitcoin is XBT. Gold abbreviation is XAU. Just follow me for a second here. Just a nice little digression to see like these dudes could have chosen any letters, but these were the letters they chose. And coincidentally, in the periodic table, AU is the symbol for gold. So the IMF has this like number, this like currency that it uses within itself, and it's called special drawing rights. The symbol for it is XDR. And you can see here special drawing rights, SDRs or XDR. Are international reserve assets used by the International Monetary Fund to supplement member countries' official reserves. So XDR, XBT, which we just wrote down, and XAU, which is gold, we just wrote down, all match in the gematria, these 4 gematria ciphers. You don't think this was purposeful? That gold, Bitcoin, and the currency they use within the IMF all match in 4 different ciphers. You don't think the numbers are important to these people, and they're choosing these things in a purposeful manner? Just something I like to point out for you guys. And E kind of sent me down this rabbit hole by mentioning gold. So thank you, E. 52 people here. Gotta love that number, 52. Let's keep going here. We read the super chat first. Yes, crypto is purple, and that's the way it should be, 100%. Facts, underdog. Fist there for Maximus. He was kind enough to repost and share. Appreciate that. And we went over there for copper. I look on Rose token. We may get to that there. WF Capital Root. Swift C is gold. Ronnie McCoy, yes, it is, all the way from Detroit. Another Detroit guy. I'm a Detroit guy too, Ronnie. What is up, bro? Appreciate you. Just got on. Can't wait to catch up. Swift is finally on the move. Yeah, that's right. Just before I got on, Swift did have a little pump up here. I'm looking at the week chart. Let's go down to the day chart. So it is moving here. I turned some of my indicators off for that class I was helping my sister with, but you can see it's coming back up here towards the 200 EMA, which is great. Really nice to see here. Let me see if we can put on the GAN fan here. Okay, that's not telling us anything, so turn it back off. But very nice to see. Very nice to see from Swift here. You know, just wonderful to see. It's wonderful to see. December 24, we'll be seeing upward movements is coming. And what's up, Prospector? Appreciate you. What's up, Leonard? Just got in. Can't wait to catch up. Appreciate you, Leonard. Leonard's been following for a while. So as a Prospector, Arcanum has a lot of significance. And everyone into Swift will see the name again. Pay attention. URC over here saying, pay attention to Arcanum. Uh-oh. Okay. No, I'm like a dog with a bone, bro. Now I gotta go. I gotta pay more attention to it now, bro. Oh man. Let's see here. Gold is running up and banks are buying it up. Leonard pump is definitely from the DNC. Okay, Leonard thinks the pump is from DNC. What's up, John Thompson? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for coming through. So yeah, so now we're going to get into, after that nice little digression about gold and BTC and special drawing rights, let's get into the LCX portion of the show. And I said some of the stuff on Maximus's show, but since I didn't tell you guys yet, I thought I needed to bring it up on here. If you go to LCX and they got the whole gold check mark, the gold check mark is like 10K, I think, which is like, yeah, they just thought they'd just pay it. So what is it? Just a little 10K for these guys, gold check marking out here. I thought this was really telling what these guys did as far as like they listed Tether. I never ever thought I would see these guys list Tether, but I made the kind of hypothesis on here that Tether will be the BRICS, like kind of stable coin to the dollar, and like the BRICS side of stable coins, because Tether also has a digital yuan that is running on Tron. Okay, so Tether, I think, will be the BRICS side of stable coins, whereas USDC will be the like G7 side of stable coins. And you already know that they have the stable coin for Euro, so you can see it's kind of lining up. Tether has the stable coin for USDC, which is World Economic Forum backed, just like LCX. But they have the Euro, now, you know, stable coin, and Tether, they have the digital yuan, and also they have their own stable coin for the dollar. So as much as the dollar may not continue to be the head dog in the world stage, it may be replaced by Bitcoin and maybe even the yuan at some point, like, and it'll go to maybe third or fourth place, but it won't be completely dead, if that makes sense, right? Because there's too many things that are coming out here with their own dollar, stable dollar, right? Like the PayPal USD, right? And the Gemini USD, which they've had theirs for a long time, Winklevoss twins, and you know, another Tim Draper ran company, right? Or owned company. So I never thought these dudes would list Tether, and they've done it. Because think even Coinbase does not have Tether capability, right? They like delisted it. But LCX made Tether available. And this is from the supposedly, they supposedly say that the World Economic Forum leans like G7, right? And quote unquote, supposedly liberal or whatever. But we all know that's like that's just like talk to me. And this kind of proves it. If they list Tether, right, which they did, we can definitely believe these guys to be a crypto bank, right? That's really not going to care about G7 or BRICS. It's a bank. It's gonna take care of it all, right? And where are they located? In Switzerland, or right next door to Switzerland. Like, you can almost say it's Switzerland because Liechtenstein's just this little bitty country in between Switzerland and Austria, right? So crazy. So they're like literally like neighbors to the World Economic Forum. So this is just amazing here. And then like they shut down, like, because of regulations by Bybit, I think it was. Bygit or Bybit or one of those exchanges got shut down, and then LCX was like, okay, well, we'll welcome the customers to us in France. So, or France, France, if you will. An exchange. Let me see if I can find where the actual exchange that got regulated out here. They posted it somewhere. Let me see if I can look through my profile. You might see some of the stuff I liked, which we'll try to ignore. Okay. To get to the LCX stuff. Still going down here, trying to find it. That was something here about Stronghold. Wow, it's really this far down? I think it is, or either I passed it. Okay, I can't remember the name, the exchange. I think it's Bygit or BitGit. Yeah, I think they got okay, yeah, Big Bygit is blacklisted in France. Okay. And then LCX just stepped in to take these customers. So literally the red carpet is being rolled out for LCX to get customers, right? Oh, and BitGit too, I guess. So there it goes. But now let's go to the price prediction here for it. Now, I found this on LinkedIn. Let me credit the guy who did this, Mr. Patrick Trainer here, digital finance strategist, real estate professional, musician, CS and CX expert, and health hacking. Okay, so he does a little bit for all of it. Following literature uncovers a sleeping giant in the crypto industry known as LCX, and this is from January 22nd, 2024. According to the World Economic Forum, by 2027, more than 8 trillion will be stored on blockchain networks. I think it may be more than that. LCX plans to be at the forefront of the pivotal point in history, financial history. Okay, and Max went over some of the stuff on the show. Definitely go check that out on Max's channel. He went over some of this stuff, but specifically the Bitcoin-based bond, where a fixed 7% return can be earned on physical Bitcoin holdings, are exclusively offered to customers in the EE economic area for LCX. Notable trait being one of the world's first physical validators if they have tokenized real world diamond or real diamonds on blockchain, and they're positioned to excel in real world assets tokenization as well. Okay, so LCX as a bank also, and as like a guinea pig, they were the first to get the MiCA laws. And if you guys are not familiar, the MiCA laws are the laws that the EU is making for cryptocurrency exchanges to operate in the European Union. And LCX was the first to kind of be the trial runner for these laws. So they are very, very, very well positioned for the future. And here it is. They go into the Bitcoin backed bonds. And they have some special like licenses over there that other exchanges just do not have. LCX has it. Okay. So they are being positioned because they are a member of the World Economic Forum. They are being specially positioned to be this bank. So it's not just that LCX is going to be a blockchain bank. It's that they are actually kind of being positioned by the World Economic Forum to be this bank. Okay? That's just the added sauce and spice that can't be overlooked by this, okay? So we'll go down here to the price prediction, which I think has kind of opened some eyes. And well, we have this kind of diagram here from the one and only XX underscore 1133 underscore 1221 underscore 11. Like this dude, I hope he gets paid or recognized for some of this, because so many people reference his mind maps and his diagrams. Like a good follow on Twitter, this guy is. And he has a subscription, and I bought his subscription. I don't know if he still has it open, because I know one day it's like he canceled it and he uncanceled it. Like dude, definitely, like, I don't know if he ever watches my videos, but definitely keep your subscriptions up, even if you don't do anything there. Like, you should be compensated for all these wonderful diagrams that you provide to people. Don't know who he is, haven't really talked to him, but I hope my good positive vibes just like affect this man, because his diagrams make things a lot easier for people to understand. And kudos to him for doing that, or her, or however he or she or wants to identify. Let me go ahead and make this larger. Framework and standard for tokenization of securities networks and allowing for decent trading of private securities across any platform. Like they're like kind of way more than that, right? As a blockchain bank. But I think this is one of their earlier diagrams on LCX. I have another one which I'll share here in just a second. But let's get to the price prediction. So this is interesting. Of note, 2024, right? Remember how he was just talking about the end of year 2024 as possibly being big. If you go by this, $1.06, it's sitting now at 12 cents. It was like almost as high as like 40 cents this year at peak this year, right? And I think during last bull run, the highest it got was like 50 cents. But look at 2025, $13. And by like 2030, 100, 2029, $500. Okay. 2028, $40. This is insanity. But one thing to note, 26 and 27, it kind of falls back to $2 and $3, right? So what this tells me from this person's predictions, or wherever the heck he got these predictions from, and again, he says he's not an advisor, nor am I an advisor, but one of the things we can kind of pull away from what these things say is that 2025, they're kind of expecting a peak bull run. In 2026 and 27, they're expecting pullback. Okay. So I thoroughly think this as well. Again, not financial advice. I'm just sharing, what I think with my portfolio. I really do think 2025, we get this lift off, and somewhere towards the line here we fall back on 2026 and 2027, right? And then we gear back up to right after another presidential election in 2028, 2029. Crazy, just it's amazing how these every 4 years, every Bitcoin halving, like every 4 years, like I'm telling you, those guys that did Bitcoin and did it the way that they did it, they just knew stuff, bro. They knew stuff. They knew stuff. I'll leave it as that. I'll kind of leave it at that. But one of the things that I always like to point to is the whole central bank and BIS allowing central banks to buy crypto with 2% of their reserves come 2025, January 1st. Like, man, this is going to be the start of it. Not saying it's going to happen before this January 1st, like in December, like E is talking about. Maybe it does, or maybe it happens a little couple months after this, because I think most of the public just doesn't know about this. But all I'm saying is I'm getting ready right now. I'm getting ready right now. Okay. And let's go ahead and go to portfolio, come over here and kind of, or not portfolio, but the chart, and look at where LCX is right now. And I've kind of diagrammed to you guys what a golden cross is and what a death cross is. Like, it's definitely in the throes of a death cross here because the 50 crossed the 200. So very, very, very nice. The low prices here, lowest since the beginning of the year. But we were telling patrons about this at like 4 cents, right? We were telling y'all about this in here. And we've been talking about LCX since like over here on this channel. We've been talking about LCX for years, years on this channel, bro. So definitely could we see okay, oh, it was as high as 70 cents, I guess. Could we see $13 here? Like, think about this being a bank, right? $13 is even low for a bank, right? Think about how much banks are worth on the stock market. Now, think about a bank that is its max supply is a little under 1 billion tokens. And some of those tokens are kind of like out of circulation because of the Tiamons. That some of that circulation goes back to the LCX Foundation or whatever, due to the tokenomics of Tiamons. But one thing too, I would like to note to you guys here, you can see here, total supply 950 million, just under 1 billion. If we look at the analytics, I just okay, not here. We need to look at the analytics here on on Coin Market Cap. So even though we've hit this down period in the market, there are certain coins like LCX that are being gobbled up right now. Gobbled up. Okay. I want to share this with you guys. And I considered making this a private this sharing of what I'm going to show you around. I considered just doing this for the patrons, and I think at some point I will do videos like that. But here we are anyway. So look at this. So addresses holding 1K or 100K or more. All. So you can see that it's growing, as well as whale holdings. An address is holding all time. Like, this is insane, bro. Like this is not the only coin that we see this kind of action from. Like if we go look at two coins in particular, and one coin that I'd like to, XLR, which is looking real healthy here at 60 cents, about 60 cents. Analytics on this bad boy too. Holders just in addresses by holdings are just increasing. Look at that green, bro. Look at that green. So people are loading up, even though, and think about it, the market sentiment has been bad for a couple of months, but people are loading up. So I know like this kind of for regular investors, this feel is bad, right? That if you're right here. And what we should have been doing was looking for these death crosses or the black root cross when the 8 crosses over the 50 and getting out at those times. But saying that you're here though, they've been accumulating the whole way down, institutions, because this has to be where institutions, right? Because this is like over $100K or more, right? Look at that with LCX. And same thing, other coin that I'll bring up here. Even though I think this coin is a little bit hot, it's a little. Like I might just have some to have some, but it's a little. I think it's for the supply. It's a little like a little, it's a little heavy. Like I think that's a high price for it, but if you look at the analytics, it too very steep, right? Okay, see here, yeah, there is some drop off. But as far as holders go, and their address is held. So it's interesting to look at these, right? Very interesting to look at these. Oh yeah, Casper. I have a lot of hope in Casper. Tons of hope in Casper. Stacking a Litecoin. That's crazy news. Do you still have to stake 1 million LCX to get TMNs at a discount? I think so. I think you do. And I'm not. Yeah. I think you do. I'm not really hot on like diamonds as like a precious metal or a precious gem anymore. But yeah, if you want some diamonds, I think. I mean, you can buy the diamonds like coin directly, but if you want the NFT where you generate the coins, yeah, I think you have to stake 1 million LCX. I still have hope in Casper. Yeah, I still have hope in them. I think I read that twice. Pamp, what's up? YFC Capital. So what's up, Cryptonomics? Get your Pepe now. Get your Pepe now, fam. But yeah, let me go back here. We're just going a little freestyle here towards the end here. It's over an hour. That's okay. That's okay. But I think this bodes well for these coins here, particularly LCX and XLR. I wonder if they have one for Tron. Probably not. Certain ones they won't let you see analytics. Oh, they do have Tron Analytics. Wait, this is CoinMarketCap? Okay, that's weird. No, I think they don't have analytics for this. Not at least not in the way we were looking at for the rest of everything else. Okay, no, they don't. One more. I want to check here. They don't have analytics for all of them, apparently. Okay, yeah, they had this recent drop off. Surrender just kind of pulled back here. You can see here, just clearly like some institutions are getting into holding this. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. I think so, that's all we got for today. I'm not deleting anything. Mule shoe. Yeah, I'm not deleting anything. If you're posting links, I think it won't let you do that. So don't try to post links because it's not gonna let you. All right, guys. Yes, nice. We had wow, we had we had 58 viewers from X here, one on Gentlemen of Crypto, 13 on the Black Rue podcast, 13. That's immutable. If you guys don't know, 72 adds to 9. I like those numbers. I'm a numbers guy, as you know, and I've kind of been over this before on the Simon Family Investments channel. Um, so the word immutable means unchanging, right? The number 9 is immutable because whatever you multiply the number 9 by is 9. It can add up to be 9. This is one of the first tricks you learn in math class, right? Like 45. 45 is 5 times 9, right? And if you were to add the numbers 4 plus 5, you get 9. 63 is 7 times 9. If you add 6 and 3, you get 9. And this goes for like all the way to numbers like 100 and like 153. That's a 9-1. On to even numbers like this number, which most people don't like, right? But that's 3 sixes. 3 sixes add up to 18, which adds up to 9. But if we look at the word here, Bitcoin, 72, 36, 117, and 45, right? All of which add to 9. The number 9 is immutable, and that is an attribute of God. If you spelled out here 13, 99, 45, 117, 45. This is just me one day just playing with numbers and just seeing what happened. Number 11, same freaking way. So it's just some interesting stuff. Just interesting stuff I like to do here, playing with numbers. Very, very interesting, cool thing there to do. So yeah. I think that's all I wanted to hit you guys with. Sologenic. Okay, yeah, Sologenic. I like Sologenic. When's the next stream? What's up, Benny DeMarble? The next stream, hopefully, we'll be streaming on Saturday. The time I cannot tell you. I'm going to try to have it be in the morning, but it might well be in the middle of the day. So the next stream will be in Saturday. Definitely come over to the Telegram, which I definitely post when I'm going to go live. Links in the description for the Telegram there. Reggie didn't disappear. He's doing BSV stuff now. BSV is awesome, by the way. Another thing that's IBM backed. Yeah, Reggie didn't disappear as far as I know. Cryptonomics. Cryptonomics has his ongoing beef with Reggie Middleton. No beef with me and Reggie. I think Reggie's a pretty cool guy out here. He's a pretty cool guy. Copper is also a partner of Sologenic. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for coming through. I really appreciate it. We'll get out of here now. 10:24. That little 42 action there. Inverted 42. So thanks so much for coming through, guys. And I'll catch you guys on Saturday, hopefully. And thank you guys so much for coming through. I'm out. Peace.